Alright, this is going to be a quick video guide and walkthrough of the new quest in Old School Runescape, While Guthix Sleeps. This is a Grandmaster quest, so it is going to be a very long quest, and there are a bunch of quests you need done. I'm just going to go over the items you're going to want and the level requirements. So you need 72 Thieving, 67 Magic, 66 Agility, 65 Farming, 65 Herblore, 62 Hunter, 40 Defense, and 180 quest points. As for your inventory setup, you're going to want to have logs, a knife, Ring of Kairos, or 500 gold. Seed Dibbler, if you already have one, you can drop that. I think this dude is for the new quest. Let's just talk to him and see what happens. There's a message for me. Right, for a new quest. Anyways, you're going to need one of each elemental rune. I would also bring a stack of water and air runes, lantern lens, unpowered orb, bronze medhelm, iron chain body, sapphire lantern. If you're an Iron Man and don't have a lantern, you can actually buy one from a shop in Darkmire. And then these are items you can get during the quest, but I would just make sure you have them now. Papyrus, charcoal, snapdragon seed, Mortmire fungus, and then a way to use fairy rings, whether if you need that Drayman staff or not. Also, you're going to want a teleport to Taverley. For me, it's just going to be the Games Necklace teleport to Berthorpe. And then also bring your rune pouch with Cosmics, Astrals, and Law. That's going to give you spells on the Lunar spellbook that we're going to need to use anyways, so make sure you're on Lunar. Alright, that's everything you need for the first part of the quest. You're just going to need combat gear to kill 2 assassins and an anti-poison, though you don't need the anti-poison if you already have Cure Me ready. Alright, let's go kill the assassins. And remember, you can pause this at any point to catch up with me. You want to go ahead and teleport to Taverley, go into the building with the crystal chest, and you want to go ahead and talk to Ivy right here. When you talk to her, you want to just go through the first dialogue option to start the quest. After that, you can go through all of that. You want to climb up the ladder to the east and talk to Bayrisk. And that would be him right here. We're going to go ahead and talk to him. And there's going to be some assassins that spawn. You want to protect from missiles, so protect range. And you want to go ahead and kill these guys. Pretty easy. They're attacking him too, so you don't need any food from here. Should be pretty easy. You want to dodge that arrow that hits pretty hard if you don't move. You will get poisoned. No big deal if you got Cure Me. And now that they're dead, you want to go ahead and talk to this guy again. And that is the first part of the quest. For the next part of the quest, the items you're going to need in your inventory is 500 coins or the Ring of Kairos, the logs, the knife, and then one of each of the elemental runes. And then you probably want to bring your Drayman staff if you need one. We're going to go ahead and head up to the fight arena north of Yanil. To get here, I just used the Nightmare Zone minigame teleport. And to get to where we're going next, you need to go northwest of the bar and the actual fight arena, and you'll find this house right here. You want to talk to the Khazard Wanderer, and you want to make sure you have at least one inventory spot open. And when you talk to him, you can go ahead and use this first option. You need to make sure you're wearing your ring actually, so I'm going to talk to him again, and I can charm him since I have the ring. So that'd be option 3 if you have the ring, option 1 if you have coins. You want to finish talking to him, and now we need to go to Feldup Hills after he gives us the dirty shirt. So to get there pretty quickly, you can use a fairy ring. If you don't have anything to get a fairy ring really close, you can actually just walk straight up here to the northeast, and you'll be able to use the fairy ring below Artie. You want to go to Feldup Hills. The code is going to be AKS. I also will recommend getting something to restore some run energy, whether it's a stamina, energy pot, or even maybe the Lumbridge ring. So after you go down from the fairy ring that's right up here, you want to go down to the hunting expert that gives you the hunter's cape. You want to talk to him, and you want to go through the dialogue right here, and you're going to go with option 2. Talk through that. He's going to give you a Mortmire fungus, and then you want to set up a pit trap to the west. So let's go over to the west and set up a pit trap. To be an area to do it right over here. There we go, trap pit. Actually, you have to bait it first. So bait the trap. Now you'll get this big boy right here. Dismantle. And you can bring it back to the hunter expert. You can actually just use this on him to make the dialogue easier. And now you'll go through a cutscene. Now you want to head over to the battlefield. The best way to get here is to use your games necklace to teleport to Wintertot Camp, so you can get the bank and grab your stack of earth runes so you can teleport to the Arania altar. Now that you're here at the battlefield, you're going to come over to this table right here, a little left of this building right here. You want to drop the Brav to bring it out as your pet, and then you want to use the dirty shirt onto it. After that, you want to climb down the trapdoor right here. It'll let you search the broken table now, and go down the trapdoor. Now that you're down the stairs, you want to run northwest. Don't worry about these guards, just keep running northwest, and you're going to go down the stairs around this loop right here. Once you get down the stairs, you want to inspect the old battered door. So you can go down right here and inspect. Now you want to pay attention to the word prohibited. One of the letters is stylized after a rune, which is the rune you must use to open the door, which is different for every single player. So I think mine right here is a water rune. So I'm going to use the water rune on the door. And you get out of this. Should be pretty simple. Put mine in, and now I'm going to open the door. If you use the incorrect rune, you will know because the door will do 20 damage to you. Alright. Now we open the door. It actually won't let you do it if you don't weigh enough, so just make sure you're not wearing graceful and you'll be okay. Once you're inside, you want to search the bookcases until the chat box indicates that you hear a click as a lever pulls. So just run around. Alright, I just found the right one and it gave me this text and I heard the click. So after you get that click, you want to follow the floor wires that illuminate to search the subsequent bookcases. So you see how mine is lit up. So now you want to go search over here. You want to keep doing this until the chat box indicates the electric gate deactivating. I search this bookcase. And now it deactivated. After you deactivate the gate, you want to go ahead and open it now that it's no longer electrified. Right click, search the spiral staircase. That way you can disable the trap on it, and then you can go ahead and climb up to the top. Once you're up here, you want to search the desk to obtain Marvario's notes. These are important. Don't lose them. You're going to need them in the quest. Now you can go ahead and read them. You need to read through the 22 pages all the way through. Also, you want to ignore the treasure pile over here. If you touch that, you're going to take damage. Once you get through the entire book, you want to pick up the waste basket next to the desk. So pick this up right here. And you want to search it for a ruby key. After that, you can go ahead and use the key on the northernmost bookcase to the west, so right here. And that's going to open it up. You want to climb the staircase here. And you want to search the bed to disable the trap. You want to search the bed again. So search the bed again. And you disable it. Now you can open the chest right on up. Now we want to go back down the stairs after you have searched it and gotten the remaining notes. And you want to read through these new notes. Now we're going to head to the southern side of this room. And you want to inspect the painting on the wall right here. You want to pull the lever and cross over the broken wall. Inside, you can go ahead and search the drawers to get some more notes. And then you want to read through these notes on pressure. All right, you want to check the pressure gauge right here. This is going to show you how much you weighed as you came into this entire area. So 36 tickets. Now you want to go into your equipment stats and see how much you weigh. So 39. Now we need to make those match. So if you need to weigh more, you can pick up weights in your inventory until they match. If you need to weigh less, you can place them on the statue until your weights match. So I need to weigh 3 less for mine to match. So I'm going to grab this 2 kg weight and a 1 kg weight. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to place them on the statue now to make my weight equal to what the gauge said. After you do that, you can go ahead and exit during the eastern door. You will be attacked by the guards again as you exit. Now we're done with this part. You can go ahead and bank if you would like. When you bank, you want to make sure to grab an RD cloak or something that can help you get to a fairy ring, and you want to bring 20k coins and some combat equipment. Then you can return to Tharisk over here in Tavelry. You want to talk to him, and you want to make sure you have the notes with you. He's going to take the notes, or he's going to check them out. Now we need to head over to McGrubber's Wood. So you need to go to the fairy ring, and you're going to use the code ALS. You're going over to this loose railing over here, and then you're going to have to defeat the mercenaries so you can talk to Indria. So we'll go over here together. You get a nice little cutscene here. And now you want to help out with the mercenaries. Easily just pray melee. It's like you got 3 total to deal with. I would prioritize the ones that are on Idria. You want to make sure she lives. And then after you kill all 3, you'll be talking to her. Alright, you want to go ahead and talk to her. And then now we're going to have to teleport to Falador. That's where Spellbook Swap is going to come into play in the runes we brought earlier. So I'm going to make my way over to Falador. Then we're going into the White Knight's Castle. And we need to go on to the ground floor and go east and talk to Acrise. So make sure you go over here, and there's Cyrus, Silith, and Akrise. That's who we're talking to. You want to talk to them until you receive a tele orb from them. Now that you have the tele orb, you want to speak to Akrise, and she's going to give you a teleport to Draenor Village. Go ahead and take that. That's a one-time teleport. Then you're going to use the tele orb on any shady strangers in the vicinity. One can be found south of Diango's sword. So you want to go ahead and head south here. Use the tele orb on him. And then after you plant the orb, you want to go all the way back to White Knight's Castle. So back to Falador. Now we're speaking to Chryse again. And some stuff is going to go down. After the cutscene, we're going to talk to her and get a one-time teleport to Port Sarim. We want to take that. Could you teleport me to Port Sarim? And he'll send you over. Now you want to speak to Betty so you can buy a pink dye from her. You want to go over to the magic shop right here to find Betty. Talk to Betty. You want to first do option 3, and then you want to do option 1. You'll need 20 coins. Now that you have the pink dye, you want to use it on the lantern lens in your inventory to make a rose tinted lens. And now let's speak to Betty again. You want to go with option 2 this time. This is going to get you the Snapdragon. You want to stand in the doorway. Use this on the counter. And you just got a free Snapdragon seed. You can go ahead and take that from the counter. And now we're heading back to Falador. Alright, after talking to Thayrisk again, you want to go ahead and go up to the top of this staircase over here. You want to make sure you have a seed dibbler, and then you also want to make sure you have 4 casts of NPC contact. If you brought the lunar runes, you should already have that. Let's go ahead and head on over. You're going to go all the way to the top. When you get to the top, you're going to plant the enriched Snapdragon seed in the patch that's up there. So all the way up. And you can go ahead and plant that seed in here. And now we need to go back downstairs and talk to Andrea. Alright, you're going to go ahead and talk to Idrea. And she's going to tell you that you need to talk to each of the Slayer Masters. So we're going to use NPC contact here. We're going to first talk to Turiel. And each time you talk to these guys, you want to choose the option that involves Lucian. So this is going to be option 2. I'm going to talk to him. And now you can go ahead and talk to Maskina. Same thing. Option 2. Then you're going to go ahead and contact Sirius. and you don't have to choose anything. And you're going to finish up with talking to Duradel. If you don't have NPC contact, you can technically go to these people in person, but that is not recommended. After you have spoken to everyone, we're going to go back up the staircase and we are going to harvest the snapdragon we placed earlier. Go ahead and harvest and pick the herbs here. After this, you want to go back and talk to Dayrisk again, and he will give you a truth serum. When you get the serum, you want to go ahead and use it with the enriched snapdragon, and that's going to create the super truth serum. So go ahead and do that. So now you make the super truth serum. If you do not have the charcoal and papyrus on you right now, you can go to these drawers right here, open them up, and you'll be able to get those 2 items that you need. Now you want to go ahead and go into the cell doors right here, and you're going to use the serum on the suspect. And now you're going to wait until you create the suspect sketch. And once you have it, you want to go back out and give it to Idria. Now we need to head over to the Warriors Guild. So once again, we can use the game necklace right here. And we will go over to Berthorpe at the Warriors Guild. And you want to talk to Gomel. He'll be right outside the front here. You can talk to him. And same thing, we're going to ask about Lucian, just like we did with the Slayer Masters. And then we need to recruit the others, so we'll go ahead and go inside. We'll recruit Harlak. Same thing. And lastly, we need to recruit Sloan. Sloan you can find outside of the shot put room on the next floor. And open the gate, you want to talk to him. That'll be the last person we recruit. After this, we'll move on to the next part. You can go ahead and head to a bank. Once you go back to the bank, it's very important that you bring the right equipment. You can ignore my chest plate for right now, but you want to bring mage and range gear. You want to have a small switch, nothing crazy. Mine, I'm just using void where it's like pretty much a 2-way switch. You want to have 13 inventory slots open. Make sure you have 13 inventory slots open. You want to bring a prayer pot, a stand pot, have to have iron chain body, bronze med helm, and your unpowered orb. You need to have all of these runes with I would bring a regular staff, and you need to switch to the normal spellbook. We're going to need the normal spellbook for the boss coming up. So make sure you have all of these runes. They're all important. You want to have blood, law, nature, air, water, body, and cosmic. You should be able to cast the weaken spell, the high out spell, the telegrab spell, all of the elemental attack spells, whichever ones you want to use, whether they're surges or waves, doesn't really matter, and entangle spell, and some kind of cast earth orb, fire orb, just some kind of charge orb spell. That's how you want to have your inventory. When you get back to the castle, we're talking to Acrisay, and you're just going to talk to him. You're going to go through a cutscene, and you want to go through the entire thing. After the cutscene, you're going to head up to the Black Knight's Fortress. I'll see you there. Once you go back to the bank, it's very important that you bring the right equipment. You can ignore my chest plate for right now, but you want to bring mage and range gear. You want to have a small switch, nothing crazy. Mine, I'm just using void where it's like pretty much a 2-way switch. You want to have 13 inventory slots open. Make sure you have 13 inventory slots open. You want to bring a prayer pot, a stand pot, have to have iron chain body, bronze med helm, and your unpowered orb. You need to have all of these runes with I would bring a regular staff, and you need to switch to the normal spellbook. We're going to need the normal spellbook for the boss coming up. So make sure you have all of these runes. They're all important. You have blood, law, nature, air, water, body, and cosmic. You should be able to cast the weaken spell, the high out spell, the telegrab spell, all of the elemental attack spells, whichever ones you want to use, whether they're surges or waves, doesn't really matter, and entangle spell, and some kind of cast earth orb, fire orb, just some kind of charge orb spell. That's how you want to have your inventory. To get here a little faster, you can use a Lasar teleport if needed. Now you want to go ahead and go inside. You need to be wearing your iron chain body and the med bronze helmet. So go ahead and head in. Then you're going to push the wall directly in front of you. Climb down the ladder, so don't go up. All right, once you are down here, you're going to use a charge orb spell. It doesn't matter which one. Whichever one you have on this platform right here, and then it's going to open a trap door. Just ignore my gear right now. This is exactly what you're going to want to do. You want to come down here, and then you're going to pray range. So you want to go straight over this bridge up here. You're going to get shot by some rangers. As you can see, I don't have my gear on. Rangers are shooting me. All right, now you need to pray melee as you run through here. I'm going to go up to the right, to the east, and we're going to climb up the wall over there. Now you might want to switch to pray magic. And we'll just keep on trucking along, switching prayers as you feel needed. Now we're going to head west over here. And then from here, you'll continue running north, eat, and pray as needed. You're looking for these two doors up here. You want to go ahead and go through this door to the west first. You want to make sure you pray range when you do that. This unlocks a shortcut to help you get back here faster. So this is our initial bridge we just ran through. Now this door is unlocked so you can use it. And now you're going to go through this door to the north. You're going to be fighting these elite black knights inside until they drop you the top, body, and the legs. Once you have all three, it's going to make it where they won't attack you. If these guys attack you, the warriors, they won't drop the pieces, but the elite black knights will. And they will start to pray against your attack style, so you'll have to go back and forth between two attack styles to kill them. Once you have your full set, the legs, bottom, and helmet, you can go ahead and exit the room. And then you can go right back in, and now you don't have to worry about them attacking you. So now that you're in, you want to go ahead and search this wardrobe to the south. That way you can get the Squall's robes. After you get that, you can go ahead and wear the armor, and then you can re-enter to prevent aggro. When you switch, they're going to get on you. So put on those robes. Let's leave. Let's go ahead and go back in. And now you're going to search all of the desks and wardrobes in the room, and you're trying to find a strange teleorb. You also want to keep this death and law rune that I just found right here. You can add the law rune to your stack, but keep that death rune. You're going to need it later. And some more elite black armor. Don't need that. Just drop it. And these are one-time items, I believe. You're searching every table, and you want to keep absolutely everything you get. Really make sure you get this strange orb right here. So if you search these tables, you should have a set of elite black armor, a lobster, a restore, and then the runes and the teleorb. All right, so now that you have all that, we're going to search the key rack in the north for a cell key. Then you're going to head back along the eastern path to attempt to open the gate. Let's go ahead and leave here. Now let's attempt to open this gate right here. And now we are in. And now we're trying to open Sylph's cell. So this guy right here. Try to open his cell. And now that we're in here, you want to use the lobster on him. And the restore potion. And then you're going to be talking to him until you give him the Black Knight armor. Now he's going to be following you with the armor. And you want to go back into the inner base at the top where we just were. And you want to go to the southern study desk right here. Go ahead and stand here out in front of it. And he's going to notice this on the wall right here. You want to talk to him. And now you have the teleorb. With your robes equipped, you want to go ahead and climb up the ladder in the eastern side of the room. You will find it right over here. This does take you into the boss fight, so you may go ahead and rebank so you can prepare for this boss fight. This right here will be my inventory setup. You only need one prayer potion, and that stamina, a bunch of food, keep that one death rune from earlier, and then you can use a Lasar teleport to get there. And here is some of my mage gear. I will meet you back at the ladder. Once you come back down here, you want to just go to the door that is right over here. If you have your Dark Squall stuff on, they won't attack you. This is the shortcut we unlocked earlier. And now you're going to go up here to the solid door. So remember, we're about to fight the boss. You're going to need a regular staff. It cannot be a power staff. And then you want to save yourself by doing this. You need to go to all settings. You need to do high out, and then you need to uncheck the casting alchemy on untradables always triggers a warning. If you don't do that, you're going to take multiple 40s across the fight because you have an alchemy item that he throws at you, the explosive, or you'll take a bunch of damage. So that should help you a lot. I'm going to go up here. Make sure your weapon is ready to cast. You want to pray mage, or he's going to hit you pretty hard, just like that. And you can actually wear your mage gear if you brought a mage switch. And now you're just going to attack him. So he only has 3 different mechanics. One where he spawns a guy. If he spawns a dude that says something about being strong, you want to weaken it. If he says something about being agile, you want to entangle it. Now, if he sends one of these at you, you want to send the opposite spell towards it. So opposite of air is earth, opposite of fire is water, water is fire. That's how that goes. The other one, he will throw a bomb at you, you have to telegrab it, and then you have to alch it. So he said something about my nimbleness, so agility. So you want to entangle him and then kill him. And then right back onto the boss. Keep your prayer up, your HP high. You can always skip through this guide if needed. There we go. Now we need to telegraph that. And we need to high alch it. And now you won't take 45 damage. Super easy fight. Feel free to skip ahead of this if needed, or you can see the mechanic once again here. And pray fire on that one, and then I need to water wave the fire. If you're a little late, you'll take less damage, and that's okay. There's the strength one, so you want to cast weaken on it, or if it gets to you, it will do a lot of damage, and then you can kill it. Once you kill Surak, you want to use the tele orb on him. Make sure you telegraph that. High out. Right. Now that we have downed him, we want to use the tele orb on him. That will plant it on him. Make sure you put your squall back on. We are going to go back to White Knight's castle after we plant the orb. Make sure you planted the orb. And we are going to talk to Acrisay. After you talk to Acrisay, we're going to enter that jail cell again. And speak to Acrisay. And you're going to enter the jail cell. Make sure your squall's robes are on. And you need to still have the death rune and the law rune. If you don't, you can go back into the room downstairs and grab them from the table again. Now we're going to activate the strange tele orb while standing in this little circle here. Make sure the law rune is in your rune pouch, so you have to have law rune, death rune, and the orb while you stand in the circle here. Once you click it, it will teleport you. Now you want to run along the northeast path until you are across the chapel. You want to climb up the ice wall and jump the ledge. You can go ahead and climb up this ice wall right here. And now you want to walk towards the eastern side of the chapel to see a cutscene. So now go ahead and jump this ledge right here. And you're going to go through this cutscene. After the cutscene, I'll meet you back at the White Knight's castle. Alright, we are near the finish line of this quest. So when you bank here, you want to make sure to have some inventory space. I would keep your runes with you. You want to grab a games necklace, your sapphire lantern, some stamina, and some prayer just in case. So we're going to return to White Knight's castle. And to start the final chapter, the final part, we're going to talk to Idria again. Wherever they are. There we go. After we talk to her, we're going to have to head to the Chasm of Tears. To get there, you can speak to... You can use your games necklace. Go to Tears of Guthix. Make sure you have the Squall's robes on. Once you're over at Tears of Guthix, you want to go through this climb rocks over here. And then you want to talk to Movario. Go through all of his dialogue. Once you go through everything, you'll want to use your sapphire lantern on one of these light creatures. Make sure it is lit and make sure you don't just click it and extinguish it. So use it onto a light creature, and then you got to get one that doesn't have someone else with them. And I have mine. And now it's going to take you into the chasm. Now that you're down here, you want to search the skeletal remains to get a spade, chisel, and a hammer. So now that you have all three, you want to use the spade on the pile of rocks to uncover the brazier. Once you have the spade, you want to go ahead and use it on the rocks over here to uncover a brazier. And then you want to use the chisel on it. And now you are going to get a fire orb. Now we need to go west and do the same thing with these rocks over here. After this, we'll be going south to do it again. We want to interact with this brazier. We're going to remove the orb here. And now we're going to head east and interact with this one. Alright, now you want to head all the way south to reach the 3 skull cavities. These 3 right here. You want to examine each one. This one has an air symbol, so we are going to use the air onto it. This has the fire, we're going to use the fire on it. And this one has earth, we're going to use earth on it. And now we need to climb up. And you will use your final one up here. Alright, now we have all the blocks. We want to head back down, and you need to unequip items from your weapon and shield slots. And now we want to go ahead and enter the cavities and crawl to the end. So we're going into the air one. I'm going to go ahead and use the water on this since it matches the symbol. Now we're going to go do the same thing in the other 2 cavities. Alright, now that we have went into all 3 nose cavities and placed those, we're going to go back up onto the 4th skull and use the fire block on the recess block. So let's head back up to the top. Right here. Now you want to go ahead and inspect the stone cube behind you. Now you want to go into the opening that just opened up behind you. You need to search the skeleton up here. This is going to give you a silver sickle B and 6 druid pouches. Now we have a bit of a puzzle to solve. Alright, so there are 13 possible statues. 8 are going to be in here, found at each end of these paths. You can kill the druid spirits along the way to get items you'll need to use on these statues. I will show the possible combinations up on screen here. So here is a statue. We're going to inspect it to see what we need. Hunting. So that would be Avanto and Kebit Dust Teeth. So I need a hunter potion for this statue. To get that possible ingredients, I can use my druid pouch on the druids. Now when you do this, it is a one-off reward, so you can't get these items again, so you want a lot of inventory space. So we want to go ahead, there we go. Kebit Dust, Avanto, that's what we needed. We're going to go up to the statue. We're going to use it on the statue. And this one is done, for example. Now you want to continue on doing the same thing with all the others. To pick up from when you loot from the druids. Now, if you run out of charges with your druid pouch, you can cast bloom on the vines around here. You need to pick all 3, and then you can use the flowers on your pouch to restore charges. And you want to just repeat this process until you have done every single statue. So go ahead and just pause the video, go ahead and do everything you need to do, and then we will go into the final boss fight. Once you have all 8, you want to use them on the stone table right here. And then we're going to go back to the bank and gear up one final time before the final boss fight. There's going to be 2 fights you go through. And then you'll be on your way killing tormented demons, getting those new sick dragon demons. And then you'll be on your way killing tormented demons, getting those sick new demon bane weapons. So let's go ahead and head to the bank so we can get the gear we need, and then we'll come right back over. Alright, we're going back in to finish the quest. You want to go down just the same way as you came in. So go ahead and alert the light creatures. You want to go into the chasm. For your inventory setup, I would bring some prayer, a stamina. I'm going with void so I can easily have some switches. You want to be able to have multiple combat styles for the demons toward the end. And we're going to go all the way back. Bring food. You do need the sapphire lantern so you can get back, and same thing with the games necklace. I'll see you back in that room. Alright, it's time for the final fight. You want to proceed through where the giant door was. First, we will be fighting the balance elemental. It can use a magic stat lowering attack every 3 to 4 attacks. And then we'll change attack styles based on whatever you are praying. So we have restores to restore those stats. If it has a yellow head, it is range. If it's a blue head, it is magic. If it's a white head, it is melee. Go through the dialogue here. Alright, yellowhead. It is ranging me. We're gonna pray range. And it is blue. It's gonna do magic now. And this is pretty much the whole fight for the balance elemental. Pretty simple. Back to range. And now it's going to start praying against us. That's where you're going to need those different attack styles. It's meleeing me. The reason I brought Arclight is going to be really nice against the last two monsters we're going to face. See here, you're not using any food, so if you have to go back for some reason, you can easily bring more resources and switches. Kind of think of this as like the Nilo room where you switch your defensive first and then your offensive. So as you can see here, you do need all three styles for this fight. Looks like he's attacking a little bit faster in Rage Phase. He pretty much attacks or changes his attack every 3 in this one, and you have to attack him with the same style he's using. That makes it simpler to think about. And there we finally go. Alright, now that we defeated him, we're going to have some cutscenes. You're going to have to fight 2 tormented demons, and then you are done with the quest, gentlemen. So you want to go ahead and touch the stone. Alright, you gotta fight these 2 big boys right here. They'll be praying something, and you'll have to pray against them. try out the Demon Bane weaponry here, see how that does. It's working very nice. 73. You will have to switch though. Looks like he's maging me now and melee. And we'll finish off the other one. Pretty simple. And just like this, gents, we have completed the quest. Now that we have defeated them, you want to talk to Idria. She is going to teleport you back to Falador, and you have completed While Guthix Sleeps. Talk to her one more time. Thanks for watching this quest guide. It's my first one ever. I hope it helped you get through the quest. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, sub, and even a comment. Thanks for watching.